Greetings of the day. I'm Rajkumar Parashari and I love doing physics. Today I'm here with a review of question number 2 on which I have already done a video as desired by some of my subscribers. Link to the previous video is in the description box as well as on the next page. In the previous video, I considered that the magnet is rotated anti-clockwise and the direction of induced current at the top of this aluminum disc is radially outward. And then I justified why the direction should be radially outward. In this video, I'll try to explain why I chose direction radially outward with little more clarity. Top view of this figure is shown over here. Initially, the north pole of the magnet was just over region number 1. As the north pole approaches towards region number 2, let's see that what happens to magnetic flux linked with region number 1 and region number 2 separately. Over here, I have drawn the little magnified view of region number 1 and region number 2. The direction of magnetic field in both the region happens to be into the board. You know it. North pole, the magnetic field, they are coming out. Is it okay? So the magnetic field, they go into the disk. So direction of magnetic field in region 1 is into the board, is into the paper, and also in region number 2, this got to be into the board only. Now the next important part is the magnet as it moves from region 1 to region 2. What is really happening? The magnetic flux linked with region number 1 is decreasing. As per Lenz's law, the direction of induced current in the loop enclosing region number 1 should be in the clockwise direction as indicated by these arrows. The magnetic flux linked with the region number 2 is increasing. So the direction of induced current within the loop enclosing region number 2 should be in anti-clockwise direction. If you see carefully, current in the radial direction is get added being in the same direction. However, current in the transverse direction is neutralized. Is it right? Can you see this current and this current? They will cancel each other's effect. Is it okay? And you need not to bother about the current in this arm of the loop. Why I'm saying so? Because as the magnet moves from region number 2 to region number 3, so what is going to happen in the process? The magnetic flux linked with region number 2 will decrease and the region number 3 will start increasing. Now as such, because when the magnet moves from region number 2 to region number 3, so what will happen? The direction of induced current in the loop enclosing region number 2 will flip as the magnetic flux linked with region number 2 starts decreasing and the magnetic flux linked with region number 3 starts increasing. Is it okay? So this justifies that the direction of induced current should be in the radial direction. Now once this is set that the direction of induced current is in the radial direction, you can always apply Fleming's left-hand rule to show that the direction of force on this current will be in this direction. This is direction of force. How really this can be justified? Choose this to be axis of x and this to be axis of y. The force is given by the formula F is equals to I L cross B, and this current happens to be along this direction. So let's choose this to be along I cap, and the direction of magnetic field is along minus k cap. So I cross k, this happens to be with negative sign, this has to be j direction. Is it okay? So this basically justifies that the direction of force should be along y direction at this point. This justifies the fact that as the magnet is rotated anti-clockwise, current will always flow in the radially outward direction, and hence the direction of force will always be tangential to the circle described by the rotating magnet, and hence the disk should rotate in the direction same as the magnet rotates. As current flows through different loops, and hence heat will be produced and the aluminum disc will get heated in time. Thank you so very much for being with me throughout this review video.